What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I see the titles on out. Make sure y'all hit that like, that subscribe button. We gotta see this, y'all.
I'm the official audio guy for today. You have, Mr. President, welcome back.
You have so many jammers with you, we can't even use.
I know, we have to use these hard lines.
Let's put it right here, like that.
Okay.
Very good.
Good job. Wow.
All right.
Glad you're here.
And we'll all sit down. 3, 2, 1. There we go. How are you?
I'm good. This is very nice.
Big night last night.
I've never sat in the middle.
It's great, right?
I don't think anyone, no one sat in the middle.
I've never seen anybody sitting in the middle.
You've got the really good light.
This is good lighting. How do we look? Oh, not so good.
Mr. President, don't you always do that first? The biggest interview, the smallest, the first thing you look at, you grab the lights, you go, move that pole over, you come over here.
You're a producer.
Lighting is very important. No, let's turn down the lights. No, I'm only.
Well, what did you think of last night? What did you think of last night?
I thought it was great. I thought, it was for the Catholic Church, really, and for a lot of good people, a lot of good causes. And unusually, she didn't show up. You would have thought she would have shown up last night. You were surprised. We were all surprised. But they told me it's only teleprompter for the comedian. I said, give me the comedian. No. I didn't get, so I had to do it sort of like, and I liked it better. I think I liked it better. But, when I went, I said, is this a teleprompter speech? And I had a pretty long speech. And they said, so we don't use teleprompter. Then I get up there and see the comedian using it. And he was good, too, by the way.
Jim Gaffigan's funny.
I thought he was good, yeah.
Kamala Harris did not show up, as you know. She sent a video from Saturday Night Live. We have seen historically a lot of Democrats, they turn to the guys at Saturday Night Live or The Tonight Show. They write all their material. Your material was real funny. Who wrote it? Who helped you with it?
Well, I've had a lot of people helping. A couple of people from Fox, actually. I shouldn't say that, but they wrote some jokes. And for the most part, I didn't like any of them.
Did you see some highlights? I thought you did great.
Go ahead.
Watch. Roll tape.
Catholic Church, you're helping the poor, educating children, and supporting the vulnerable. But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds were going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis, and she would have been here, guaranteed she would have been here. Guaranteed. It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure. And these days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance.
Man.
Anytime I don't get a subpoena, I'm very happy. But unfortunately, Governor Walz isn't here himself, but don't worry, he'll say that he was. He's going to say he was.
Right. Exactly.
But I have to be careful, however, to understand that this will be the first time in the history of this event where jokes will be fact-checked, and they will be. All polls are indicating I'm leading big with the Catholic vote, as I should be, But I don't think Kamala has given up yet. She hasn't. Instead of attending tonight, she's in Michigan receiving communion from Gretchen Whitmer.
Mr.
President, you had a balance because you got to tell these jokes, but you're sitting next to people that don't like you at all.
Chuck Schumer's
so how
right
was
there.
that?
I know him very well. I guess he doesn't like, but he likes me enough. It's a little bit, it's hard to explain. I gave him his first check. When he was young, I was young. It was his first check. I don't know, is that good or bad? But it was the first check that he ever got. He was running for, I think, Assembly up in New York. And he got it from me. So
we should blame you for the rise of Chuck Schumer.
Right.
It's all on you.
Me for
Defeating Al D'Amato.
It was New York.
What did Mayor Adams say to you? Because he's a Democrat, you're a Republican, but you can relate because of these subpoenas. Yeah. Letitia James, she was in the back row.
The weaponization. No, look, I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone, I say it. But Adams, he came out against the immigrants, against the destruction of New York, frankly. He did the right thing. I said, he will be indicted within 6 months. And he was. They indicted him. Now, I don't know if it's legit. I haven't looked at it. But it seems very suspicious when he comes out against something they're doing. They're destroying the country. They are destroying our country. He was right. Go down the streets of New York. I went down the streets of New York 2 days ago. And I'm looking at migrants all over Madison Avenue, all over Fifth Avenue. I've never seen anything like it. I'll tell you, I've never seen. This is New York. you see empty stores. You never saw empty stores on Madison Avenue. You never see them. It's a shame. He did the right thing, but he got indicted. And they play weaponization. These are an evil group of people. These are really a bad group of people. I'm doing well with my stuff. I won in Florida. I'm winning all over the place. But, you know, what they want to do is keep him busy. Let me spend plenty of money fighting it and let him maybe. But I think so far it's backfired because the public understands. The win in Florida, that was the big case. That was the case, oh, you're going to lose. Now, he actually lost because he had documents, but he didn't have the presidential.
The documents case
yeah,
in Florida.
It was the documents case. That was, like they say, the big one. I don't know what's the big one, but the big one. And we had a very brilliant judge, a very fair judge, and I won the case. I won the whole thing. He didn't win. They said he was grossly incompetent, and based on that, they're not going to charge him. But the funny is, he can be president, but he can't go to court. They say he can't go to court because he's incompetent. So he can't go to court, so that's okay, but he's allowed to be president. So there's something wrong with our country when that happens. But I thought last night's it was
great.
I think it was terrible that she missed it because it's only been one person missed it in many years, and that's Walter Mondale, and he lost 49-1.
But let me ask you, why do you think she missed it?
God was not with him.
Mr. President, why do you think she missed it? There's a lot of theories.
Okay, I think that she's not competent. I don't want to say this kind of stuff, but we can't live with this. We're not going to be able to live with it.
So you don't think she's funny?
I don't think she's funny. I don't look her staff. She's got 5% of her staff stayed with her. 95% quit. If that happened to me, I'd be front page of every. Nobody likes her. Nobody wants to be with her. And I only say this. I don't like even saying it, but we can't have her as a president. She's a Marxist. We're not ready for a Marxist. Do you agree with that, Nancy?
I do agree with you.
I think a Marxist.
Yeah, let me ask you this.
And she's not very good. Let's just face it.
Closing argument
Honestly.
time, because we're only 2.5 weeks until the election. So this is the final. This is it. So she realized joy, that's not working for them. So now they've changed it. Now they're ramping up their rhetoric. And when she sat down with Bret Baier, she said, talking about you, he's unstable. When she was speaking at a rally in Erie, Pennsylvania, she called you unstable and unhinged. And then in this new ad that they've rolled out, she's saying unhinged, more unstable, and unchecked. And then this caller that called into Charlemagne the God, his Breakfast Club show, this caller says, I have a sneaking suspicion that if Trump wins, he's going to use this law to put anyone that doesn't look white in camps. And I'm scared. And she says, yeah. So you've hit on a really important point. What is your response and what is your closing argument?
Well, first of all, the question is a pretty rough question because, you're giving this whole argument of this woman that I don't think she knows where she is. She's a low IQ person. She's not smart. Everyone knows that. Didn't even pass her law exam. It was a big thing. She never thought she was going to be able to pass it. If you tell me this stuff, I'll say it. I am a person that they are a threat to democracy. These people are misinformation people. They'll say, let's go out with this one. They've tried many different things. They tried, he's a dictator. He's going to take over the whole world. He's a this. Every week they try something else. So far it hasn't worked. I guess that's the attack they have for this week. It doesn't seem to be working. I am the most stable human being. Remember they said a stable genius. I am the most stable human being. I've been doing this for a long time. We had 4 years of greatness. We had the greatest economy in history. We had the greatest border. Brian, you were down there.
Absolutely.
We had a border that was the best we've ever had in the history of our country. There's never been anything like it. I built 551 miles of wall, which is far more than I said I was going to build when I campaigned. I had a border where the drugs were at the lowest level, the human traffickers in women, they traffic in women. Everything was at the lowest level. I got kudos from, the Border Patrol gave me, with thousands of people, unanimous, every single one.
They endorsed you, Mr. President.
They endorsed me.
And
what can you do better than that?
And, Mr. President, you're gaining with minorities. And, I've been going across the country to these barbershops. Yesterday, you said you wanted to go. So we went to the Bronx yesterday. Here's a little bit of what we saw at the barbershop.
You guys are the same as me. It's the same stuff. We were born the same way. I grew up in Queens and all of that. I mean, I had a great father. I had a father who was a great guy. He was tough but good, big heart, big heart. And he was a construction guy, pretty much, and a real estate guy. And I learned a lot from him. He was great. But I know you people so well without knowing you. I know you so well. When I walked in here, I said, this is home territory.
So, Mr. President,
That's
we're
what's
going to
up,
play the full thing.
I love that though. I love this video. That's really why I wasn't talking, too much. Really just wanted to listen in. I had missed, the whole dinner and stuff like that. So I wanted to definitely check in on this video and see what it was definitely about. But y'all let me know y'all comments and thoughts on this video. The next video I'm dropping tonight is definitely a banger, so make sure y'all stay tuned for it. Catch y'all next one.